All right, and welcome to case study number 24 of this series, so brilliantly titled Kirk's 40 Case Study Closings. I'm your host, Ryan Kirk, and these case studies range from vacant lots to custom luxury homes and total $2,042,081.71 in profits and equity without having to personally go see the property on some with no cash, no credit of my own. It varies, and I'll explain, and I do it all with Flip Logic and 1-888 Cash Offer. Now let's get into case study number 24 of the 40 case studies. And that brings us to 26111 6th Street in Highland, California. This is, I believe it's in San Bernardino County, and up near the foothills of like Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead, if you know Southern California. So let's talk about it. Man, look at the photos, right? This is, I believe this was I think this was a rental gone vacant, I believe. Oh no, it's an inherited property, and the seller wanted to cash out, but I believe it was a rental as well, gone vacant, if memory serves me correct. It was off market. This was originated as a Craigslist FSBO. Again, you could duplicate that lead origination through Flip Logic using the Craigslist campaign search, or create a Craigslist campaign and set it for your area of for sale by owner in Craigslist. So off market, which is good. Inherited, which is great. Cash out, you gotta love that, because inheritance, they just want to get rid of it. They're not trying to clean the place up usually and get top dollar. Most of the time, they just want an easy sale. So that is a good thing. ARV at about $199. Needed about, again, we went with $20 a square foot, about $20,000 in repairs. That's kind of more, that's middle of the road, lower middle of the road in my market. And again, this is a lower ARV. So a lower ARV went with a lower of the middle of the road type number. Again, just to retouch on that, in the higher ARV markets, you getting into the 300,000 on up, close to $1 million. You're closer to about $15 a square foot cosmetic, 25 for middle of the road, and 35 to 40 for awful, needing everything. So we went with $20 a square foot. And lower ARV markets, and this is a lower ARV type market, your middle of the road could be closer to $15 a square foot. So, and maybe we did overestimate on this. The investor may have did it with less. So sometimes you don't know. You could always follow up and check. The purchase price, seller said yes by law of reciprocity. What is that? Hey, Mr. Seller, if we paid all cash, paid all the closing costs, and closed on the date of your choice, or 14 days, which is comfortable for us, what's the best price you can do for us? So we ended up coming to an agreement at $115. $115 was the price we agreed upon. Our investor came from, we did a marketing blast. We always check the comps that we use, the surrounding comps that we use to support the ARV, to see if those were flips. If those were flips, check that name in the chain of title. That's going to be a good investor for this property as well. Reach out, pitch the deal, get them interested, get them over there, and have them give you an offer. And then you can also use the cash buyer instant lead search in Flip Logic to search that area by using keywords and do a marketing blast to those investors in that area as well. So the funding that we use, we just put it under contract and used an assignment agreement to assign it to our investor. Our investor actually used their retirement funds and their IRA, which is as good as cash. And they closed on the property. It was an easy close. And we, from 115 to 128, we made $12,000. That doesn't exactly add up, does it? We may have paid, either I was off on that profit, or we ended up paying, a referral fee, which is probably quite possible. We paid a referral fee to, I believe, another wholesaler on our list who had referred us the investor, and we paid him, I believe, $1,000 referral fee. So I think that's what we did there. The The other thing I can tell you is having to personally go see this property. No, you would not have to go personally see this property because, again, there's no owner occupant who lives there to fraternize with your investors when they go over there. Again, if that is the case, either you need to be there or you need to send somebody from your team to keep the seller occupied because you do not want the investor and the seller discussing terms or fraternizing. You want them to go in there, do their inspection, and then get back to you with a price and date that they can close by. Non-contingent price and a date that they can close by. So that's it. That's the only business that investor needs to have in that property. That's it. And you want to let them know that, hey, we'll discuss terms after the inspection. Let's just go in there, have you get your scope or your estimate done. We'll be in and we'll be out. So, and then as far as the money, any money needed for this, no, I don't believe I used any of my own cash, and you wouldn't have either. And that's because if you would have found your investor within, and typically, again, we wrote this up with a 5 business days as to when the deposit is due in escrow. So that gives us 7 calendar days. So we had found our investor within that time frame, used an assignment agreement for him to sign, gave him wire instructions. He wired his deposit in. We instructed escrow to change the vesting from our corp to the investor's corp or name, and then to put on the buyer settlement statement an assignment fee in the amount of $12,000, and then probably $1,000 to our wholesaler. And that's it. That's how that deal was done, and that's how you can do it too, with no cash, no credit of your own, and that without having to personally go see the property. So you can be anywhere, estimate it all through your desktop this way, and write up the offer, get it in contract, get your investors over there, get the feedback and non-contingent price from them, and either move to close or make any adjustment with the seller that you need to make. That's it. I hope that's helpful for you. And again, statistically, only 10% of YouTube videos are watched until the end. So if you're in that 10%, you're a hustler, persistent, determined to succeed, and I do wish you much success. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to working with you.